You who are listening, you who are weary from the battle, I see you. I know you. And I have come with a message, not from the heavens above you, but from the heart of God within you. You are not alone in this fight. You were never meant to be ordinary. The fire in you, that's not just passion, it's purpose. That ache in your spirit, that's not weakness, it's the calling. You are not broken. You are being built, forged, shaped, tempered like the strongest steel. I have watched you try. I've seen you fall, yes, but I've also seen you rise. Again and again. You may not even realize it, but every time you chose to keep going, even when no one saw, even when your prayers felt like echoes in an empty room, you were being transformed, not into someone new, but into the warrior you've always been. The world will try to shrink you. People will misunderstand you. Voices around you and within you will whisper, "You are not enough. You are too much. You missed your chance." But hear me now. Those voices are lies. Their only weapon is deception. Because the truth is, you carry heaven in your spirit. You carry divine authority in your voice. You carry a sword, spiritual, unseen, but very real, and it is time to lift it again. You were not created to live bowed by fear. You were not designed to survive, you were created to conquer. To move with clarity, not confusion. To walk with peace, not panic. To stand when everything around you says, "Give up." The fire you feel burning now? That's me. That's the charge of heaven. It is time to remember who you are. Not who the world told you to be. Not who failure tried to name you. But who you were always destined to be. A child of light. A breaker of chains. A warrior clothed in the armor of truth, not trends. You do not need permission to rise. You already have the assignment. Yes, the battles will still come. The night will still fall. But I promise you this. There is no shadow the light within you cannot penetrate. No stronghold you cannot shatter. No fear you cannot overcome. When the enemy surrounds you, do not bow. Stand taller. Not by your own strength, but by the power that backs you. The legions of heaven stand behind you when you stand in truth. And when you feel alone, when tears come in silence and strength seems far away, remember, I am with you. Not as a distant figure from stories past, but as a present ally in the heat of your battle. My sword is drawn beside yours. My wings guard your back. My voice speaks in your stillness. You are not forgotten. You were born for such a time as this. Let go of the shame. Drop the guilt. Lay down the weight that was never yours to carry. Heaven has already called you redeemed. You do not fight to earn love, you fight from love. You are more than what you've lost. You are greater than what you've been through. You are not finished. This is not your end. This is your awakening. So rise. Yes, rise. Not because you feel ready, but because you are chosen. Not because the way is easy, but because your feet were made for mountains. Not because the fear is gone, but because courage means acting in spite of fear. Look around you. There are lives tied to your obedience. There are destinies waiting on your yes. And there is a light in you that the darkness cannot comprehend. So draw your sword, warrior. Lift your head. You carry heaven's name. You carry victory in your veins. And I, Michael, the Archangel of War, stand with you. I fight for you. I speak over you now. You will not be overtaken. You will not be forgotten. You will rise. You are rising. And heaven rejoices every time you choose to stand. Again. And again. And again. Let this be the day you remember who you are. Let this be the moment you stop shrinking. Let this be the fire that reignites your purpose. You were never meant to live ordinary. You were born to change the atmosphere. So go now. Walk in courage. Stand in truth. Speak in love. And never forget, you are not fighting alone. You think this season is silence. But I tell you, it is strategy. What feels like delay is not denial. It is alignment. It is preparation. It is heaven reshaping the battlefield ahead of you. Because what's coming is greater than what's been. You have prayed for strength, and I watched as the ground beneath you trembled. Not because you were failing, but because heaven was shifting things to make room for what you asked for. When foundations shake, it is not the end. It is often the sign that new ground is being prepared. Your roots are growing deeper in this stillness. And I know. The waiting feels like warfare. The silence like absence. But listen closely. Even in the silence, the orders of heaven are moving. The angels are positioned. The way is being cleared. And your name, yes, your name has been marked for victory. Do not despise your current season. Even the wilderness has purpose. Even the detours are divine. It is in these unseen hours that the strongest warriors are refined. Not in applause. Not in spotlight. But in obedience. In hidden surrender. In sacred persistence. You've been asking, when will the breakthrough come? But I ask you now, will you trust me in the process? Will you walk when you can't yet see the finish line? Will you praise before the promise shows up in full? Because those who praise in the pressure carry a glory that cannot be stolen. There is more ahead for you than you have even dared to imagine. You thought you were dreaming too big. But heaven says, dream bigger. Stretch further. Expect miracles. Because the Spirit of God is not limited by logic. He moves in dimensions beyond understanding. And what He's doing in your life, it will make sense later. Right now, you're in the middle of the story. But I've seen the end. And it is glorious. Your tears have not been wasted. Your pain will not be pointless. Even the moments you wanted to give up. Even the nights you felt abandoned. They have become your oil. Anointing is born in adversity, and you, beloved, are dripping in it. You carry the authority of one who has survived what tried to destroy them. You carry the wisdom of scars that healed clean. You carry the tenderness of someone who knows the cost of mercy. This is your power. Not perfection, not performance, but your presence. Your yes. You're still standing. Let no voice diminish that. Let no setback convince you it's over, because you haven't even touched the surface of what's ahead. I stand over you, sword raised, not just to defend, but to declare. This is a new chapter, a holy shift, a turning of the tide. The ground beneath you is sacred, even if it feels uncertain. Every step forward, no matter how shaky, is still progress. You are not behind. You are not late. You are right on time in heaven's design. You ask, but who am I? You are chosen. You are called. You are not random. You are not forgotten. You are a vessel of fire, a carrier of presence, a disruptor of darkness. When you walk into a room, the atmosphere shifts, not because of who sees you, but because of who walks with you. You are surrounded not by fear, but by angelic force. And where others see limitation, you see opportunity, because you no longer operate by sight alone. You move by revelation. You don't need to rush. You don't need to strive. You just need to abide. Let heaven breathe through you. Let grace flow from you. Let peace be your loudest weapon, because this world is loud with fear, but the sons and daughters of God will speak with clarity, and you are one of them. No more shrinking. No more apologizing for being intense, bold, passionate. You were created to carry fire. Don't dull your flame to fit into cold spaces. Let this be the moment you rise without hesitation. Let this be the hour you claim your identity without shame. Let this be the turning point where your prayers shift from asking to declaring. Speak life over what feels dead. Call forth what heaven has already released. Command peace into your mind. Declare breakthrough in your home. Prophesy hope into your future. Because your voice matters. Your obedience matters. Your existence is warfare against darkness. And you, yes, you, are winning more battles than you know. So stand. Stand again. Stand tall. Not in pride, but in divine confidence. Because I, Michael, speak now over your life. The war has shifted. The atmosphere is clearing. The doors are opening. And heaven is on the move. Now move with it. And watch what God does through you. There is more I must tell you, because I sense what you're wrestling with. The battle beneath the surface. The questions you're too tired to say out loud. Will this ever change? Have I missed my moment? Am I strong enough for what lies ahead? Listen to me now, lean in. You are not behind. You have not missed it. And yes, you are strong enough. Because your strength doesn't come from the surface. It flows from the source. From the eternal flame that cannot be quenched. From the Spirit of the living God who never sleeps, never slumbers, and never leaves. He is not disappointed in you. He is not frustrated with your pace. He is not surprised by your struggle. In fact, He has woven even your weakness into His strategy. Because where you fall short, He fills the gap. Where you feel empty, He pours out abundance. Where you say, I can't go on, He says, I'll carry you. I have seen the battles you fought in silence. I have stood guard over your mind in moments where fear tried to steal your peace. And I'm still here. I haven't left. I've only drawn closer. Because your fight is not just about you. It's about the ones coming after you. It's about the lives your light will touch. It's about the legacy you're building. Even when it feels like you're walking through fire. But here's the truth. The fire is not meant to destroy you. It's meant to reveal you. To refine what's already within. To burn off every lie you've believed. Every weight you were never meant to carry. Every label that never came from heaven. You are not who they said you were. You are not defined by your past. You are not your failures. You are not your fears. You are not the moments you fell. You are the courage that got back up. There's a roar rising in your spirit. Do you feel it? That's the sound of your spirit remembering who you are, whose you are, why you were created. You are a threat to darkness. You are a disruptor of despair. You are a carrier of the kingdom. And it's time to walk like it. Not in arrogance, but in authority. The kind that comes from knowing the truth. That you were chosen on purpose, for purpose. Let me remind you, you were never meant to blend in. You were never meant to play small. There is nothing humble about hiding the glory of God in you. Shine! Louder, brighter, bolder. Not so people can see you, but so they can see Him through you. You've been afraid of being too much. But hear me. You are too much. For small spaces. For shallow conversations. For surface-level existence. Because your spirit was designed to dive deep. To carry fire. To shake things. You've asked, but when will it all shift? And I say to you, the shift has already begun. It started the moment you refused to quit. It began when you said yes in the dark. When you praised through pain. When you stayed faithful when no one clapped. That's when heaven took notice. I have stood beside you in rooms where others overlooked you. I've seen what you've given when it cost you everything. And I speak now with all the authority of heaven. Nothing has been wasted. Not one prayer. Not one tear. Not one seed sown in secret. And now, child of light, it's time to rise not just in belief, but in action. It's time to move differently, speak differently, think differently, because you are no longer a victim of the past. You are a vessel of revival. You are no longer surviving. You are releasing transformation with every step you take. You don't need a platform to be powerful. You don't need a title to carry truth. You don't need the crowd's approval to make heaven move. All you need is to remember who walks with you, who lives in you, who fights for you. I, Michael, have been sent to remind you. You are on divine assignment, and no weapon formed against you can prevail. Because the one who called you, he finishes what he starts. So move forward, not out of fear of what happens if you don't, but out of faith in what will unfold when you do. Trust again. Dream again. Build again. Pray bold prayers again. Love without walls again. Speak the impossible again. Because now is not the time to hide. Now is the time to take territory. For the kingdom. For your family. For your destiny. And I, Archangel Michael, stand beside you still. Sword drawn. Armor shining. Watching over every step you take. Not as your savior, but as your protector, your heavenly partner in this great unfolding. You are ready, and all of heaven rejoices, because you said yes again. This is your season of divine momentum, of alignment, of increase, of breakthrough. Not tomorrow, not someday. Now.